Now, one of the big backlashes again for No Man's Sky was that they promised multiplayer, didn't deliver it really until the next update that launched this year. And I have to say I've spent some time inside the co-op and I have got gripes with the system. It's very buggy for me. Even today, this morning, I played with one of my mates, and I was unable to interact with one of the systems that I placed down. And even if my friend tried to interact with it, it said still in use, but I wasn't using the system anymore. That was very frustrating. It was nice to have this world shared with someone else. They go off and do their mission, I go off and do my mission. That was fun. However,
sorry to
yes.
interrupt. I mean, that don't you feel that loses the momentum of the co-op game?
No.
The fact that you each individually go to do your missions. Fair enough, cool idea. But the whole idea of co-op is cooperative play.
Correct.
So you should be doing these things together.
And we can, so upgrading our suits, finding resources. But here's now another gripe of mine. Many of the systems, like if you're inside a station, one of the things on the side, if you interact with it, it gives you nanites. If I do it, my co-op partner cannot also go and get the nanites. And that resource, whatever we get from there, isn't shared between the two of us. So one of the things I'm currently hunting down is blueprints. So I'm spending a lot of time flying on planets, looking for manufacturing plants. And my friend did this trip with me. We found a manufacturing plant. I entered into the computer. I got my blueprint. He did not get his blueprint. And he wasn't able to interact with the computer anymore. That is something that was a big fail for me, and they have to fix going forward, because even with the multiplayer right now, and I know a lot of gamers, especially in Xbox players, they say that's currently making use of that co-op system. I realized, for me personally, I don't need multiplayer in No Man's Sky, because it's about this solo experience of me in this universe that is so big and vast that I'm lost and I'm all alone, and I'm trying to climb, this out of hell. And that's fine. I think it'll go into the next one. So I'm trying to climb out of hell to get to a place where I am in a solid position, understanding what is it that I need to do next, and trying to find some kind of end game. It is great to have my mate there, and I feel like Hello Games got pressured into this. It's their own fault, because they said right at the beginning that there's going to be cooperative multiplayer inside the game, which they didn't deliver on. And I think they should never have said that. They should never have made that a main feature. If at some point, like now, they added the option for you to put that in there. I'm still going to play a few games with my mates in this game in co-op play, but I'm going to go to help them. If it's a new game, or I'll help them find resources so that they can complete a task. Not because I feel the game is better because of co-op.
I mean, the way you're explaining co-op is just basically online gameplay, yourself, and you just randomly encounter someone. It sounds like there's actually no benefit to a cooperative gameplay in No Man's Sky.
Not at the moment. Not for me personally. I mean, if I think co-op, I think of something like The Division or Wildlands, which is some of my favorite co-op games. And when me and my friend complete an objective together, both of us share in that spoils.
Correct.
Where No Man's Sky, that has not happened for me so far, which is a no-no for me. So I'm glad it's in the. They have to do a lot of improvements on the system, I'm not happy with it all. But right now, for me, No Man's Sky is a single player game, and that's what they should have made and stuck with, even though the community said, we want multiplayer.
But
It takes away from the game.
Necessarily understand exactly what they wanted from multiplayer. Is
Correct.
it possible that the community, as you said, pressured them into releasing some kind of online multiplayer that not even the community understood what they were looking for? I can see certain benefits into the way it currently is. For example, you interact with some old tech and you repair it up, you get the reward. You don't necessarily need that reward shared across your party. It makes things too easy then. So you go and get blueprints for a new freighter, for example.
Yeah.
It's not really a challenging mission to do. You don't really have to encounter any enemies or do anything extreme. And boom, boom, there you go, 2 freighter blueprints. Whereas if one person gets it, it forces you to go on another quest, another mission, to get the next one for your partner.
I hear you, because now we have to fly around for another 10 minutes or 5 minutes to go and find another manufacturing plant.
Or you can add an extra 20 on there for the resources you're going to need to gather to get back up and,
I hear what you're saying, and that's a good perspective. I just felt Hello Games had an idea, vision for this game. And maybe it wasn't communicated properly. I don't know. I still like the idea of I get to a planet and somebody I don't know has already been on that planet, claimed that planet, and there's not much I can maybe do or learn more about the planet. So I like that. But the co-op feels forced onto something that's supposed to be a single player story. I mean, even though they lack in story very much. I mean, yes, there's some objectives that you can follow, but I'm not happy as it is right now.
I'd just like to touch on the story and the lack thereof. There's non-existence of that quest log and missions, and I have an itch on my arse having to follow the storyline of the game.
Yes.
If you want me to follow what you've laid out in front of me, make it enticing, make it exciting, get me involved in it.
Yes.
Give me the freedom to do what I want, but make the story mode enticing to follow. I got gutful after about 6 stages in of following the storyline, where you go to the space station and you have to interact with all the aliens in the space station until you find one. And all you need to find, he's mind controlled. And some other person is speaking to him. And it almost feels like their storyline is very childish to me, in the sense of
it's not an expert that did it.
Is, or who they're trying to sell this game to, who they're targeting with it, but it's not something for an advanced gamer, someone who's gone through challenges like The Witcher, like The Division. Gone through things where you've earned that's...
It's all the skill in the company is in development and design, and not the best of skill in terms of story and writing capabilities to complement that other side. I hear what you're saying.
I mean,
that's a good
rather
perspective.
than take the story mode out, give me an end objective. Tell me you want to reach the center of the galaxy. How you do it, you don't care. That's up to you. This is where your point is. Go have fun with it. Don't give me a half-hearted attempt at a story mode and a couple of slap me together quests that you're going to have to do anyway to get off of the planet.
Yes.
Unless that's their version of what a tutorial is. But again, that doesn't fall within tutorial range. It doesn't give you enough to be a tutorial. And don't get me wrong, I'm not expecting them to spoon feed us, but they're just extremely lacking.
No, they did. I completely agree with you on that. All right, so let's just quickly say, is there something you want to see coming to the game?
To kick it off, a good storyline.
Yes.
If they want us to follow their story.
Yes.
Make your improvements there.
All right.
Focus on that. Get it up and running. Entice me to actually want to do it.
Yes.
Don't just, okay, you're going to need carbon. Yes, of course I need freaking carbon because I need to live.
Yes.
You're going to need oxygen. Yes, I know I need that. You're going to need a base to stay out of the weather. Yes, I know these things.
Yes.
Give me a proper, solid objective that's not something that I'm going to have to do in the game. Anyway,
I would love to polishing the game. They are now almost 2 years inside since the launch of the game, and I still feel there's a lot of polishing that needs to be done. Maybe they have restrictions in terms of what the procedural universe is all about, but I don't want my ship to be this high above the ground when I land. That's got to be something that, in the last week, I think I've seen 2 or 3 updates come out for the game. Things that we've been fixing, corrupted save
that as well,
slots. Yeah. So they are pushing that out. That's great to see. The co-op experience has to be made better.
From what you've said, yep.
Yes, I'm not happy with that at all, and I don't feel like I can't wait to jump into the co-op anymore. I feel more than I can't wait to jump into the single player side of it and take that further. I don't know if the game needs more content though, apart from objective based environment that we say, but I don't feel like they could rehaul the story, but I don't need them to have multiple more stories than what they currently have.
No, I mean, we don't even know how. The latest update was a 30-hour release in story mode.
Yes.
That's just one of the ones. I mean, we don't know how long the full story will actually take you. So they might not need to give us any more, just give us better of it.
Yes, but I think where I'm trying to get at is this whole games as a service thing, where, you know, what the Destinies were trying to do and what the Divisions tried to do, you know, over 2 years later, they still want people to come back to the game. I just want to start the game, finish the game, and then I'm done. Then I can move on to another game. I don't know, that's how I see the Division.
But think about what you're saying there. You're basically telling them to cut their business short. And at the end of the day, it's a money-making strategy.
You're right. But take the money you're going to make from this, because the sales are doing very good right now, especially with the next update. So take everything you've learned from No Man's Sky 1, and instead of trying to add to this, polish it and make sure gamers have got a good experience. But now go and create the next game. Doesn't have to be No Man's Sky 2, but you have learned so much during the last 2 years of No Man's Sky. You can take all that experience and give me a new game instead of me paying $30 for a DLC, or 200 Rand for a DLC. Let me pay 800 Rand again for a brand new game. I don't know, that's what I think.
I get it, and I agree with you as well. I mean, they've got to constantly evolve it. But top of your head, can you think of any gaming company that has released one game and kept it running consistently throughout, and just kept adding on to that game, kept expanding on that current game, improving the current game?
Rainbow Six, The Division.
No, but The Division's now got Division 2.
Okay, well now, but yes,
so
for 2 years long,
I mean, just keep
Destiny.
a solid run at it. Keep this game going for
10 years.
5-10 years, exactly. Add on to the game, improve.
And that's all the talk we're getting from Anthem right now is this game is going to be so.
But you see what I mean? Try and do something new. Yes, Division, brilliant game. Division 2 looks absolutely phenomenal.
Yes.
Diablo, one of the most sought after trilogies in the gaming world, and each game was brilliant.
Yes.
Final Fantasy, we could go there, but I've lost track
No, I
of
hear
what
what
on
you're
there. So try and revamp the gaming community. Don't follow like sheep.
Yes.
Do something different. You've got a hell of a big environment here. You've got the world set up for a perfect kind of game.
You do.
That you can carry on bringing people back to. Don't
You're right.
end it and bring out something new, where you're going to go through the same shit that you've been through with this one.
Right.
You're probably going to encounter new problems, new bugs in that. If after 5-10 years, sure, you want to bring out something else, go for it. But
Right.
where I disagree with you is, don't charge me the 800 Rand for a new game that's going to be the same pile of rubbish.
Oh, no, I agree.
Charge me the $200 once you've sorted out your base game.
Okay, I hear you.
Charge me the $200 for an add-on. Give me something new.
Right.
Give me a new story mode there. But release it in decent time frames as well.
That's a good
Keep
perspective.
your environment hooked. It's just my opinion.
No,
I haven't seen anyone do
like
it yet. So, I mean, people are very huge about calling a final end to a game to bring out a new one. And yes, it creates hype. Red Dead Redemption, perfect example.
Yes.
Ended, and now there's a new one coming. Boom, and like the world is invigorated, and they want this game.
Yeah.
Do something different. Try and mix it up a bit. You've tanked the conventional gaming society. You screwed up so badly. Redeem yourselves by doing something different. Doing it what no one else has done.
Correct.
What have you got to lose?
That's a great perspective.
You've already lost everything back then. But
All right.
yeah, just in terms of any other improvements, I'm a bit stumped for any.
Okay.
We'll probably revisit in a while after we've had some decent 100+ hours of gameplay if we get that far.
So that is, I think that fits in perfectly into my next line of inquiry, and that is, are you going back to No Man's Sky?
I feel like it deserves me to go back, yes. As I said, whether I get to 100 hours or not, time will tell.
Yes.
Depends how repetitive things get, how bored I get with the game. But it's definitely worth revisiting. In fact, a restart. There's things that I've learned through my numerous attempts.
Yes.
But you learn, and I'm at a point now where I can restart. It won't really affect me.
Yeah.
I haven't racked up a huge amount of hours in it yet, so
All
I
right.
definitely think, yeah, revisit, restart, give it a go again.
Now, I'm going to ask you to pull a rabbit out of the hat. I almost said out of your ass, because it's not something that we really discussed going inwards. But I think I'd like people to have a bit of a range in your experience. So, is it possible for you to say, so far, out of 10, could you slot in a number into No Man's Sky?
To be fair, I would probably give it about a 6.
Right.
With my experience in the game, my game time, what I think they should improve on, what they're doing well, I'd give it a 6.
And you know what? It's interesting. I would tell anyone to pick up the game and play it and see what happens. But your 6 is actually brilliant. In my mind, I've been trying to get between 6.5 and 7, because 7 is good, but it's almost really good. So I'm stuck in that space, and it's not because I'm saying it's a bad game. It's just there's so much that still needs attention on, and it's not the best game that I've ever played. But I still, even with that score, I feel I'd still tell people to go pick that up. There's something about this game that just hasn't made me stop. It's been 37 hours, and I've sat at work going, oh, I can do, this is how I get past this thing, and then I want to get home to go and see what happens if I do that. And that's a good game for me. A good game does that.
Makes you think outside of the box. You're free to do whatever you want in this game.
Yes.
So try everything you can. Use whatever tactics, whatever skills that you can to progress through.
Yes.
Go for it. I would definitely, I agree with you. Recommend to anyone, at least give it a try. Not the first 10 minutes. Get past that. But I'd say at least invest a good 5 to 6 hours in this game.
Yes.
Get to your first space station. Get to your first freighter.
Yes.
After that, hell, if you don't enjoy it, put it down.
Correct.
You won't get a refund this year, but hey, but you've experienced. You can go out and say, yeah, I tried it, I wasn't impressed.
Yes.
Or hell, yes, there's something about this game that's gripping me, something I can't explain. I want to spend more time, more effort into it. I want to try and see what this co-op is about. And yeah.
Well, listen, gamers, that is the wrap for the Xbox Players SA review of No Man's Sky. I really want to thank Jeff for coming through and assisting me with this review. He's also a sick man right now, and he's really pulled a solid for me being here today and helping me out. So, Jeff, I really want to thank you for that. I appreciate your time. I respect you very much as a gamer, and I respect your insights. So please take what you can from what we've learned here today. And above all, happy gaming.